Hello, 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 and welcome to Larger Curves today. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through. On your way in, smash that like button and smash the subscribe button. You know it keeps your girl Larger Curves in the algorithm and makes it that YouTube gets me to more people so that we can grow this channel over here and get even more curvies. Okay? So, thanks for tuning in. Oh, yeah, and ring my bell just in case you haven't already so that you can get notified next time I upload a video and so you can become part of this beautiful community we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Thanks again for coming into Larger Curves today. Let's see. So, we're here to do it. We are here to review Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yes, because it's time. They had their 4th episode, and it's their 4th season. And our girl Mary is back in the building. Mary Cosby is back in the building, y'all. Back in the building. So, yeah, thanks for coming through. Anyway, let's keep going. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You might not be watching, and just in case you're not, let's do this.
And Kendall is celebrating a birthday in her class. She has to dress up in a costume. Her Snow White costume is hanging in the closet. Okay. Who is that? Coco, are you crying? Do you miss me?
Pull over. I'm on the highway.
All right.
What are you putting in your mouth?
Breakfast.
Caviar for breakfast?
Why not, honey? Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you possibly happen to have a Sharpie back there anywhere?
Hold on. Here you are.
Thank you. Do you mind if I...
Okay, curvies. Okay, thanks for being here, Shay B. Even though you don't like my main girl, Mary, we still love each other. So it's okay. It's okay. So this episode, this is going to be what we're playing as far as audio right now, is the first 6 minutes of the episode. And right on, Mademoiselle. Thanks for being here. And it starts with Meredith eating caviar for breakfast. Now, you guys might remember in the very first episode of this season, wasn't it her husband, or the second episode, wasn't it her husband who had onions in his nose hairs from eating onions with caviar for breakfast too? So I guess that's their shtick. Hey, if you like it, I love it. I bet that gets you through very far in your day to have some caviar for breakfast. I like to protein pack my breakfast. It's not a sugar high over here. We're doing all protein and good fat. You know what I mean? To get as much brain power and sustaining energy as possible. You know what I mean? So maybe caviar is tried and true for the breakfast crew. I wouldn't know. I only have caviar in the form of roe eggs on my sushi. So other than that, I haven't eaten it like Kathy Hilton, just smothered in a baked potato. And I haven't eaten it by the spoonfuls without for breakfast, like Meredith and her husband. So now, the first thing that I was writing about was how also was, I believe that was P that Heather did on the bus last week, you guys. Not a good look, Heather, babe. And don't you love the way they just glossed right over it? Like there's no way that was water. It started all in the middle of her sentence, came from right between her legs. There's no way she spilled a bottle of water right there. And the way that it just like started dripping one little drop and then a stream. Look, you guys, that might sound like TMI, but I was like, did this grown woman, this sloppy, drunk, grown woman, this bad Mormon, did she just piss herself on the freaking bus after she threw up? That's not a good look, you guys. Look, that's not even necessary for this job or this crew. Or is she just drinking her sorrows away because her bestie Jen isn't there this season? I have no idea why Heather would have done that to herself on national TV, but I'd like it addressed. Anyway, Angie goes to the bar and asks for a pin so she can make her own shirt because she wasn't invited, you guys. Angie wasn't invited. But sometimes when people aren't invited, it's for a reason. And it's okay. You don't always have to be invited everywhere, And Angie should have just politely done something else because she looks super duper thirsty to me, you guys. Does Angie look thirsty to you guys? Oh my God. Is Angie thirsty? Let me show you. Somebody sent this to me earlier today. They were like, oh, somebody needs to send this to Angie K. Hilarious. Let's see. I'm going to show it to you right now. Oh no. I'm going to share this with you. By reducing me. Thanks for being here. I hope you smash that like button on your way in. So somebody sent me to this and they literally said someone should send this to Angie K. That's what this says right here. And this is what it says.
If you weren't invited, don't go. If none of your friends told you, don't ask. If you got a late invite, respectfully decline. Yeah, there you go. Had no intention of originally.
So because, I agreed with that statement, I decided to go ahead and tag Angie and Whitney and asked them both to take notes because Whitney brought her along only to antagonize, only to cause this freaking trust on a trust trip. And Angie came because she loves being a square peg in a round hole, you guys. Anyway, that's my opinion. But let's go back to what I was talking about a second ago. And for that, it only has to be me up here because I don't want to get a copyright thingamabob, So Angie K, do you guys think Angie K was being super thirsty, writing her own shirt to fit in from the shirts that Meredith gave out when they first got here last week? I'm just like, Lord, it was like all no tricks, all trust, remember? And so this scene right here is Angie K starting with that scene. So let me see. No, not that. They are crazy. I'm telling you. I'm loving it this season so far,
Anticipated because
listen up. And then right after that, even Lisa agreed that Angie was a little much the night before when she's in the room talking to Whitney and Whitney's pretending that she didn't do anything wrong and what's the problem. And this whole trip is started sour because of Whitney. And she's doing her what's wrong thing the whole time. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh. We need shake-a-vision for people like Whitney Thorny Rose, the dirty blonde. And like I said, of course, Whitney is finding a way to blame Meredith as some type of manipulator. And the whole while, Whitney is the one spinning webs, you guys. Whitney is the one spinning webs. Let me see. Hilarious. Is this it? No. Sorry, you guys. I just had it. Just a second. Oh, here it is. Caviar for breakfast. So yeah, so Angie's t-shirt, can't stop the thirst, you guys.
Oh, and Kendall is celebrating a birthday in her class. She has to dress up in a costume. Her Snow White costume.
And Monica's really doing a great job, I think, trying to be a mom on the phone when the episode starts. Whitney is constantly, to me, trying to think of ways to like make it a worse day for Meredith and Mary specifically. And you would think that Whitney would just go sit down somewhere after the personal attack she did against Mary without remorse, with no apology, no nothing. She thinks she can just come for a whole entire woman in her family and nothing's going to happen. You know Jesus is coming for Whitney, y'all. You know Jesus is on the way.
Hold on.
Why is
Here you
freaking
are.
Thank you. Do you mind if I use your counter?
Angie
Go for
so thirsty?
I'm starting my own club.
Yeah,
These are
club
some
of
cute
one.
T-shirts. No tricks, all trust, guys.
Oh, that's so sad. You're making your own shirt.
The guy's laughing. The guy had a huge smile on his face when he said that to her. Of course, Whitney's having pizza for breakfast
I was trying to scare you that I got caught in the curtain.
because the hotel
Go.
only has pizza.
Me too. I have to do my hair too. How do you feel from last night?
This is Whitney and Lisa. This is the scene I was just talking about.
Super hot, but last night I was like, okay, this is like crazy.
The thing that's like irritating me is Meredith does her thing that she does, and she like just manipulates this.
So did you guys just hear Whitney say that the problem with Angie K exploding at Meredith at her dinner is that Meredith is the problem, but Angie K came and inserted herself at this trip and forced a conversation with Meredith after Meredith told her numerous times, I don't want to talk to you, babe. I don't want to talk to you, please. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care what you're thinking. I'm not interested in the least. And Angie, with her Tasmanian devil self, or straight devil, I'm not sure. She just had to, she's just like so freaking aggressive. Why is she and Whitney so aggressive? Literal pit bulls. And somebody in the episode even refers to somebody in here as a pit bull too.
Situation by like saying, I can't talk about this right now. Do you know what I'm going through?
You are an ugly human being. Why don't you look in the mirror yourself? There are things that are going on. There are a lot deeper than this nonsense. There are children who are going to be disabled for the rest of their lives, and you know what? I'm not doing it.
It's like, wait, you can say whatever you want to someone, but the minute that they try to defend themselves or respond, you're going to bring in and reach for anything. Like her friend's grandson or something, she brought in some 3-year-old. She's like dealing with a 3-year-old with some major like, let's just maybe just a minute.
Like I'm working towards moving forward with Meredith, but it doesn't mean I'm oblivious to the fact that everything gets weaponized. But I also don't want to be in the middle, and I'm like, you know, some of the stuff is ridiculous.
I saw you go off with her. Like that was big.
Yeah, she's like, I know stuff about their family. And I'm like, not this again. Oh my God. After like last year and how yucky that felt, like, I'm just like, don't do this.
Well, listen, if today isn't fun, then I'm going to fully take over.
So you heard Whitney herself say that she's going to fully take over. So far, her intention has been to take over somewhat by not only inviting Angie K to cause discord, But then every other little thing she's doing by like doing the little games in between, the dinner games and all this little stuff. So she's doing this with intention, with a conscious decision, you guys, and has been. So all this, oh, what did I do, is a fugazi. It's fake, just like her.
Come in.
Good morning.
How are you? How are you feeling today?
Good. You know what? Really good. Yesterday was like intense, but I did want to thank you because you were very kind to me, and not everybody was, to say the least.
You were bombarded. Even though Angie is my friend, that was completely uncalled for and really tacky, honestly, and embarrassing.
Well, it's also slander.
100%. It did put me in the middle of a very, tough situation because I am here as your guest. I'm getting to know you. I want to be your friend. And it means a lot that you allowed and invited me to come on this trip. Genuinely. I don't understand the beef between Meredith and Angie.
I came in hot, but you know me. Like, I introduced you to these ladies, and when you were getting upset with me, I was like, okay, Monica, like, whose side are you on here? I'm hurt.
I was shocked at some of the stuff you said. And as your friend, I'm like, let's not go there. It's hard to find myself in this position because Angie is my friend, but I'm seeing so much weird, unexplainable behavior from her this trip that I haven't seen before.
It's kind of some strength.
So that was Monica and Meredith having a convo. And I like that scene because I like Monica, you guys. I like Monica. I don't know what her motives are, but I just like her energy. She feels like, so far, just like a real person. I'm not sure about her storyline, but even if her storyline is fake at this point, well, how can you, she comes in so hot and it feels so real and honest that I'm like, okay, well, she's given us at least all of herself and not holding back. I appreciated that. Then we're going to have something about Heather apologizing for puking on Whitney's leg. But overall, I feel like Monica seems pretty reasonable for a woman who boinked her brother-in-law
It's raining.
for 18 months.
She's back. Every time I ordered an espresso martini, it was a test. It was a test of my friends to see if I could trust them to keep me on track. And they obviously failed me. I would like to apologize for vomiting on your leg.
It was a sight to see.
Took one for the team.
That was one of the grossest moments of my life.
All right, so guys, putting like a positive foot forward today, we are going to meet this man, Cliff, who is going to lead us through these trust exercises. Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Here comes Angie in her homemade shirt.
No trust. Oh, it's custom. Okay. By Angie K.
So Angie went through all the trouble of making a shirt like the other ladies. But she flipped the words. Instead of all no tricks, all trust, she said all trust, all tricks, no trust. And then she had to put her name on the back to be special. I'm just like, Angie's super duper thirsty, you guys. Super duper thirsty.
Look, Meredith wants to be petty. I can be petty too.
Let's go.
Does Meredith want to be petty? I mean, you didn't get invited. Now you're salty that she didn't have a shirt made for the uninvited guest. I mean, that's like getting freaking food for your roaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, roaches aren't invited either. Who does that? And then she's so salty that then she makes a shirt all past all this freaking flip-flop the words and stuff, trying to be cheeky. She's such a flop, trying way too hard. And now she's mad at Meredith You hear all of this delusion and gaslight her and Whitney are feeding the people already?
It was either make this t-shirt or call a hit out on her family. Good morning. I just said.
So that was the first 6 minutes of the episode. And I just wanted us to listen to that so that we could set the tone for the rest of the review. Okay. So anyway, they get into a van, another van. And luckily Heather hasn't had an espresso martini for breakfast or else there'd be puke everywhere. But they end up at a park to do a trust exercise that you just heard Meredith talking about, right? So Meredith gets everybody out at this park. The weather's kind of rainy for Palm Springs in the middle of the summer, but they're there nonetheless, all matching shirts. And they're supposed to work on trusting each other and learning ways to trust. So they go to get off the van and Mary says, Meredith, I'm gonna wait right here, Meredith. Meredith, I'll be right here. And they're like, why? Well, only Meredith cared. Meredith was like, why? And Meredith says, because I already know who I can and can't trust in this group. I don't need to play these games. I'm going to stay on the tram. So she does. And luckily so, because it would have been a person off, because Angie's uninvited self would have been the oddball out. So it's actually good that Mary sat this one out, because that meant that Angie got to play. And she desperately wants all their attention. So that was very nice of Mary to allow her that. Now, these trust exercises, it was Heather had to go with, Heather was with Angie K, and they had a good time because, Heather's real problem with Angie is what I get after all the stuff she says is that Angie wasn't her friend, and Angie never picked her to hang out with, and Angie always picked other people over her. That's what I heard between the words about she had a perm in the 10th grade and in the 12th grade hung out with the Greeks. Okay, that's what I heard between all of that. Mademoiselle says that was awful how she threatened Meredith's family. Yeah, like who does that? But the scene continues. Then Heather said she was less competitive in conversations, and Meredith wants to treat people with kindness and respect. Also, were some of the exercises about what they were talking about. Then they had this minefield exercise, and the minefield exercise, trust was the prize for the minefield exercise for these ladies. Okay, and Mary needed a hot oat milk latte with an extra shot while she waited in the tram to stay awake. Because even watching these ladies is as boring as what I'm telling you. It was kind of boring. It was pretty boring. Yes. So, know me. I don't know. So Mary is also questioning the level of luxury that Meredith chooses, because she's like, why did she bring us to this park and not take us to someplace more luxurious? I mean, we have no Dom 2003 at the hotel. We get charcuterie boards and freaking pizza for breakfast, lunch. And now you bring us to a park with this dude and all of his whole supplies from Amazon, right? And yeah, Meredith, don't make us question your level of luxury taste like we be questioning your fashion, Meredith. I like you enough, but yeah, that was questionable. Now the Angie actually said she benefited most, and wouldn't the crasher benefit most from the minefield exercise? She had such a good time being included, you guys. It was so nice. Meredith and Mary saying that Mary should participate. Okay, so then they get back in the van. And I'm like, really, Meredith? Is that this one? Let me see. I wanted to, because she tries to get in the van, and I did not like her tone with Mary, you guys. I did not like it, Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them on a boat. I do not like them in a pan. I did not like Meredith doing a trust exercise with these other ladies. And I know she told Mary something like to even get her in the trip, to go on the trip. I know Mary probably was like, I don't need to go. And Meredith was like, oh, assuring her. I could just hear it now. Oh, Mary, I'm going to, it's me and you, nothing's going to, I got you, right? So for her to know how Mary came into this trip, choose to stay on the van, thus creating space for Angie's crashing ass. For Meredith to get back on the damn tram and say this, you guys, I was like, really, Meredith? I'm looking at you a little sideways, girl.
Did I not stop you before you left and explain to you why I was not going?
Yeah, but that was one thing, but
don't interrupt. This is not between you and me. This is between Meredith. Don't do that.
So,
and did I hurt you at all?
No.
I'm not talking to you. Like, do you have a mute button?
No, I don't.
Well, you need to get one.
I'm on play all the time.
Did I not stop you before you left and explain to you why I was not going?
Yeah, but that was one thing, but
don't interrupt.
So this scene was a little freaking setup to me, you guys. Hey, DT, what's good, Naughty? Yes, she is so funny. Andy has been cracking up on Watch What Happens Live about Mary. What's good, Naughty? Thanks for coming through. So so what do you guys think? Why would Meredith, is it a setup for Meredith to already have had a whole conversation with Mary and then talk around Lisa to address Mary about why didn't you participate? But I already told you I wasn't going to come play any games with none of the specific others, right? Probably Heather and Whitney most. Oh no, and Lisa was the one who went and drugged that guy up, talking about he mortgaged his house or something, and invited him to the one time Lisa had a black person at a party. She had invited them to ambush Mary with tales of mortgaging his house. Remember that shit? So set up city as far as Lisa is concerned. And I'm just not appreciating, why would Meredith do that, you guys? So now I'm looking all side-eyed at Meredith, because why would you get on the bus and ask in front of the other girls, but I already told you. So why are you putting me on the spot in front of these other girls that only like to tear me down and everything? And then that's going to prompt Whitney's, I can't leave it alone. I hate Mary so much that she wasn't the leader of a cult, and I look so stupid and like a evil devil bitch going after her like that. And I have zero excuses, and I've given zero apologies and taken zero accountability. But now let me talk to Mary about why she didn't get out of the van and freaking play games with me like everything's oh freaking K. Why, Mary? Mary, why didn't you just... Why? That's Mary. That's freaking Whitney, you guys. Mary. She should have just STFU. For real, for real. I'm not appreciating the antagonizing, aggressive behavior from Whitney specifically towards Mary. And now I'm looking at Lisa too, because Mary just politely asked you to like just stay out of it. Lisa asks people to stay out of it all the time when she's getting into it with other housewives and expects them to oblige. And so for her to keep answering during this talk right here is evidence that Mary's challenge with Lisa is also because Lisa is being aggressive with Mary by continuously interjecting herself after I just said, hey, look, I'm not really talking to you right now. You could just stay out of it. But no, Lisa has to keep on talking. And then that makes her be like, do you have a mute button? And then she's like, no, I don't. And then it's just going to keep on talking. She's just so freaking disrespectful. And that's all aggression, you guys. That's aggression. She loves it. She loves it. I don't feel like even though Mary's back on the show and she's a friend of, I don't really feel like they deserve to talk to Mary because they haven't addressed what they've done to her. Okay? They need to address that, I feel like, on their hands and knees and grovel, because the one they were protecting is serving federal time with Elizabeth Holmes, and the one they tried to smear is sitting on the freaking tram next to Spray Tan. I wonder what your cousin Jen is hanging out with Elizabeth Holmes. Are they trying to make Lisa Harlett the MVP of the show? They love Lisa Barlow. Lisa Barlow, she's just so basic. Something's up with Meredith and Mrs. Harlett. Yes. And Piggy Whitney too. Yeah, we already know they're going to end up staying on code eventually. They'll end up staying on code all together, and Mary will end up leaving the party by herself, and not one of those bitches coming to check on her after people throw things at her. Watch. That's just how they go. Don't go on no swim trips with them, Mary. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, it was a hot mess. I loved it though. What's good, DT? So that episode I wanted to dig into a little bit more so that you can see my reasoning behind calling these ladies aggressive, because they're just constantly, it's beyond poking Mary at this point. When you bring your only black token friend on to attack the black woman on the show with lies and smeared and unverified, because anybody can say anything. If that man really felt that way, he should have taken it to the proper authorities, not Lisa Barlow and her spray tan and her tequila, even though she's a practicing Mormon. I'm not sure how that gets to go. Not sure what Jack is going to say when he gets home. And then Meredith's face right there looks like she knows that she was wrong and getting called on the carpet about it. She was trying to do something else. Yeah. So I appreciated Mary for calling it the way we see it too.
Meredith, don't do that.
So,
Did I hurt you at all? No. I'm not talking to you.
She's just so daft. It's so freaking annoying. Which one is this?
just participated because today was about building trust and being there for each other. And I just think it would have been a really positive moment, you know?
Hi, Erin.
But did I not stop you before you left and explain to you why I was not going?
Yeah, but that was one thing, but
don't interrupt. This is not between you and me. It's between Meredith. Don't do that.
So,
did I hurt you at all?
No.
I'm not talking to you. Like do you have a mute button?
No, I don't.
Well, you need to get one.
I'm on play all the time.
I'd like to choose activities that I'm ready to grow with that group. Like that was too soon for me. So.
Why even get on the Sprinter van if you don't want to participate, you don't like us, you don't want anything to do with us?
So this isn't the group you were ready to do that with. Is that right?
Not everyone. No.
Not everyone?
No.
Okay. Who are we excluding?
No, Lisa.
Okay, it's
No,
not
I'm
about
just
that.
curious.
Like, I'm not here to like do that. I still have no remorse that I didn't miss it.
But the point is, we wanted you guys our team.
Okay, I get the point, Missy. I completely get the point, but I wasn't. Okay?
We missed you.
I wasn't there. Let it go. Move on. Next.
I got
What's
that
good, Miss Dugan?
she told Mary she didn't want to do it because of her hip, and then she told me she didn't want to do it because
I
we
said
didn't
hi,
want to.
Michelle, right? Hi, Michelle.
Bitch, and you tell me again.
I'm like, I don't know why you can't comprehend that.
Why would you come on a girls' trip with people you don't want to be with?
You guys.
Participated because today was about building trust and being there for each other, and I just think it would have been a really positive moment, you know?
But did I not stop you before you left and explain?
So this scene right here, do you see it? Oh my gosh, that's why I made her the devil on the thing. Play games with you. And then, oh my gosh, thank you, naughty. Whatever. Am I taking it too far? No, because Whitney's fake. She's fake. Okay. Lisa had to call home once the drag stuff started. Lisa ended up having to call home, you guys. It was so funny. Oh my gosh, Lisa's so freaking, oh my God. Somebody get her some Cheetos so she can get some energy going that's likable, because she was, they were trying to do the drag thing. So her and Whitney, she already knows Whitney's going to hijack the trip. And that's fine with her. But now Whitney's trying to make her not get her makeup done by Morgan. Okay? And when you don't get your makeup done by Morgan, then I don't know. Lisa has a phobia. And so Lisa ended up having to call home, because remember, before she left on the trip, she was with her husband and she said, I'm not going to cry this time. I'm not going to cry this time. No tears. And her husband's like, okay. So now we're to day 3 or whatever it is. And here comes tears because Lisa had to put on somebody else's makeup aesthetic. Okay. Literal meltdown tears, like Meredith the night before, but with no espresso martinis and no English accent. Tears, meltdown. No, actually, she was more broke down than freaking Meredith. Meredith only almost cried once. I think Lisa really was fake crying for a good 2 or 3, 5, 10 times. Anything to not have to wear anybody else's makeup. Okay. And Lisa's over it. And she was just like, nobody's doing my face. And she decided to break her promise about not crying. And then they had a show and everybody came out in drag. Lisa did not, Meredith did not, Mary did not come out in drag. Angie, Whitney, Heather, and I'm missing somebody. Amber? No, Heather, Angie. Oh, Monica, the winner. Duh. Monica won. And she got to wear the crown until they leave. They had 45-pound hair. They all looked a super hot mess, you guys. It was not cute. It looked like, nothing looked cute. Their makeup didn't look cute. Their hair didn't look cute. Their dresses were kind of cute. Their shoes were adorable. But yeah, that makeup looked like it was a horror movie on their face. And Lisa's probably really lucky that she didn't have to do that. And because Meredith didn't plan it as part of the trip, why should she condone this terrorist's actions of taking over my trip further? I was so glad when Meredith came out undressed up, because she was too passive aggressive for me, you guys. Her reaction this whole time to the lady taking over her trip and everything has been so lame. Like, I need more from a housewife. She needs to have a reaction. Like, for her to actually, now I'm really calling BS on Meredith. I'm talking it out right now with my curvies. Because look, Meredith, you didn't even pull Whitney to the side or in front of nobody and say to that bitch, why did you invite Angie K on this trip without talking to me? You haven't done that. But you're going to get on the Sprinter van in front of all these hoes and ask Mary why she didn't go play a game? Yeah, Meredith, it's all cross-eyed from here on out, bitch. It's all cross-eyed. All cross-eyed, Meredith. For you to have not even addressed freaking Whitney, thorny, dirty blonde ass, for being a trip terrorist, inviting guests, not bringing them, and inviting guests and taking it over with games and everything else, picking the biggest room. She hasn't even had a conversation with her, you guys. But you're gonna do this? You're gonna talk to Mary? She was and wasn't willing to participate in? Ooh, Meredith better be on high alert, you guys. She needs to be on high alert. No wonder freaking Angie wants to do a hit on her ass. She got me stirred all of a sudden. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I just put 2 and 8 together, you guys. I just put 2 and 8 together. We're going to jump to the end when the ladies go to the bar. And again, Mary stays in the tram. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mary stayed in the freaking Sprinter van while they went into the building, and while Aggro Whitney and Roid Rage Angie, those are just nicknames, allegedly. I don't know anything for sure. I'm just making names up based off of their super duper aggressive actions, following people in a crowded bar from one area to the other area and constantly trying to get right in that person's face, was far more aggressive than even Uba taking those sunglasses off of Aaron the other day, which Aaron deserved that shit come down the hall screaming, talking about, don't say my name. Don't say my name. She got up in Uba's face first. And then she acted like she didn't do nothing to deserve her at least getting those glasses snatched off your face, getting in my face like that. I need to see if you're serious or not. But Aaron started that. Aaron started it and Uba finished it. And of course, Uba's getting the label though. Anyway, because it's very aggressive the way that Whitney followed Meredith around, just poking. And then here comes Angie, tag team, because they're two little imps of Satan. And then when Whitney walks away, here comes Angie and her lips over blah, blah, blahing to Meredith. Meredith turns her back and tries to have a good time talking to Heather. And they're talking to her back, and then Whitney goes to the other side of her face, you guys. So aggressive. In the meantime, though, Mary, who stayed on the tram, asked the driver to take her to McDonald's, you guys. Hilarious. So they're on McDonald's is luxury. Okay, when you out with these girls and they're drunk, dressed in drag, and yesterday they peed on the tram. Take me to McDonald's. I'm not even going to dinner with these gay ladies again. There's nothing ladylike about this interaction. I'd rather to go to McDonald's, and she got her fries. What did she get? Fries, nuggets, a burger, and a drink, I believe was her order. And then by the time she gets back, they were ready to go. And let me see. Oh my gosh. But in the bar before they left, Monica was at it again. Ooh-wee! Monica. Now, Monica, I'm a little questioning, you guys, because she's really coming for Angie. And like Angie said, she brought Monica into the group, allegedly, even though she was out with her, Jen Shaw. Remember? She was with Jen Shaw. And they were both friends of Jen Shaw. And when they were in the bar and Whitney and Angie were chasing Meredith around, Monica was taking every opportunity she could to call Angie Lisa's lapdog and say that she was in and say that Angie was in Lisa's butt. She was stuck in Lisa's butt. Yep, like a good old suppository. Yep. And it was hilarious because Angie was like, "Why are you calling me that? You're Lisa's lapdog?" And then she got into, and then Monica also called freaking, what's her name? Lisa out on the money thing again and just how she's going through it and she needs to be more sensitive. She's tone deaf. Was that the right scene? Yeah. But then they all get back on the tram. They smell the McDonald's and ride off into the sunset. Monica is off the chain. I love Monica. So far, so good, Monica. And she's not doing it in a super thirsty way like Angie. Angie's just too thirsty, too brown nosy. Monica is off the chain, holding her own so far. And I feel like her and Mary kind of have the same truth bomb serum. Well, they say it's a truth bomb. And they didn't really mean it mean. They're just like, oh, and this too, you know? Before we go, I just want to overall say that it was a great episode. I love that when I have this much Mary, and sometimes friends of don't get this much time. But recently, you may or may not have heard that Whitney Rose, since last episode, cut the fans out on her Instagram because she got caught taking pictures, chumming it up with Jenny Wynn. And so then this is what Whitney had to say to the fans. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not going to let me show it here because she deleted it, but I have it. Let's go here real quick. I posted it the other day because I was like, she's so freaking aggressive. She's aggressive with the cast members and she's aggressive with freaking and she's aggressive with fans. Because this happened. Hey, let's get it to where it starts. So they took this picture and Jenny Wynn and her both made fuck you tapes to us.
Decided she wanted some attention, you guys. So let's give Jenny a little attention. But Jenny Wynn still doesn't know when to shut up.
By somebody else. Whitney is a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. And the owner of Monkey is a businesswoman. I was there to support those women. Woman empowered women. So all you haters, fuck you. You have issue with me, that's on you. Leave Whitney alone. I said this before, I am saying it one last time. I did not say I don't like Black people, nor did I say I don't support the BLM movement. I already apologized for those I hurt in my post in 2020. I took full responsibility for what happened. I am moving on.
Does this look like Dookie, you guys? I'm sorry to be so blunt, but it kind of looks like Boo Boo on the wall on like a blackboard. I don't know. I'm not sure.
And if you can't move on, that's your problem.
Ooh, well, she told us, huh? She told us.
So after.
Let me go to what Whitney had said. Because, Jenny was just following Whitney's FU lead. And Then I went to the chats on that post. I don't know if she posted and deleted yet, but I went to Whitney's page and right after, and she had deleted her fuck you post. But luckily, the internet.
You know what, everyone? I hate that I have to do this. Everyone, I hate that I have to do this on a Saturday. You know what, everyone? I hate that I have to do this on a Saturday after enjoying a quiet day with my family. But fuck all you haters, because I am not friends with Jenny Wen. I did not invite her to my event. She showed up to my event that I was hosting, which was a public event, with her own camera crew, okay? She came up to me, she apologized, said she felt bad for everything that had happened. She is not my friend. I do not stand by what she had posted, her beliefs. But if someone says I'm sorry, I'm going to snap a photo and move on, because what was I going to do? Create a scene at my business event? No. She stood by me for a minute, snapped a photo, moved on. So you all should too. Thank you. You know what, everyone?
So you should just get over racism, get over slavery, just get over your little hurt feelings, because she said she's sorry, and yes, so let's just move on. And F you, but thanks for watching my show and paying my bills, because my husband got fired because I made him do frisky stuff on paint on screen. So, but F you, payroll. F you, payroll. So, yeah. Whitney was getting gobbled up in her comments when she did that, because not only did she make this post, this is the face of the post when she did it that day. See, this is her freaking page, Whitney Rose. She hashtagged RHOSLC, added Bravo, added Peacock, and then said, by the way, Mary Cosby. Why would she include Mary? Like, why? See what I'm talking about? She's just so freaking aggressive towards Mary. Leave Mary alone. Why is she so aggressive towards Mary, you guys? So antagonistic. She just is just like, I'm telling you, a pit bull. It's crazy. It's crazy. So even the people are like, why tag Mary? Why are you tagging Mary? You're so freaking thirsty. Why are you doing this? And then more comments. Yeah. And Mary never got the apology, but we need to move on because she apologized to us. Okay. And she accepted the apology on behalf of Mary. That's what some of these comments are pointing out. She could have easily declined the photo. Too little, too late. You're so freaking tone deaf. You and your friend Lisa are so tone deaf. It's not your apology to accept. Mary was right. You are a little girl. The flop of the century. I'm telling you, her and Angie, man. Yes. But look, even everybody's saying disrespect to viewers is a bad choice. We can their ratings are already, only like what, 200,000 people watch. And so she better watch her freaking mouth. That's what I would say to Whitney. She better show a little more gratefulness and less FUs to the audience. Because this right here, racism has no excuses. Why are you so defensive? You just protest too much. Who cares about you anyway? That potty mouth is so professional. You don't stand next to racists and smile for photos, okay? I support you, but why didn't you politely ask her to leave? She came uninvited? But see, Whitney likes uninvited stuff. That's why she invited the uninvited Angie, because this is her style. She probably talked to Jenny, probably even before, perhaps, allegedly, and was like, yeah, come and I'll act like I didn't invite you. She came uninvited. Maybe you were caught off guard, but you could have told her you weren't invited and you don't support her viewpoint. She did it on purpose. And now she's throwing the temper tantrum. So Karen behavior. Imagine having to deal with uninvited guests. One thing about them tables, they will definitely turn. Also, accepting an apology that doesn't belong to you. What a very misplaced sense of entitlement. You are so annoying, little girl. Yes, you guys, the freaking internet for the win. So that was the review of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What did I even name this episode? What did I even name this episode? Because that was for a reason too. Let's see. Whitney the Drag and Angie the Lapdog strike again. That was it. Thanks for tuning in to Larger Curves today. I can't wait for next week. Thanks for all the ladies for entertaining us. Even Whitney, evil self, and Angie's thirsty self, and Meredith's, we need to keep an eye on herself because, yeah, there's too many stories of people getting invited someplace by somebody in particular. You know what I'm saying? Cough, cough. And then something end up happening to them people at the hands of the people that invited them to the place. Cough, cough. There was just a thing about it. The little boy got invited to go swim with the people that he thought was his friends the other day. Got him down to the river, started throwing rocks at him, calling racial slurs, and tried to drown him in the water. When the police came, they was like, we were just playing with him. We're his friends. Nothing happened to them. Mary better be careful. Mary better be careful. But I don't have to worry about Mary because Jesus is coming for all of them, you guys. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, leave a comment. What do you think about this episode? And I'll see you in the next video.